guys call the cops?
It's sexual.
Thank you.
It's sexual.
We are all entitled to
You were just talking. Now you're not talking anymore.
I don't understand it. It's not about being bigots against them.
Two little girls. I support and I love. And I will never allow you to take them. Nope. Will not happen.
Sexuality.
Get it right.
That video was filmed apparently right after a group of Proud Boys and affiliated people with them stormed a drag queen story hour, and they were yelling anti-LGBTQ plus slurs. So apparently they're activists. So let's go to some of the eyewitness accounts of this whole event, because Dashka Slater tweeted this out. Today, 8 to 10 Proud Boys stormed a drag queen story time at the San Lorenzo Public Library in the liberal Bay Area, filming, shouting slurs, and terrifying a bunch of children who had come to hear a story. Sheriff's deputies had to escort them out. Reporters, please DM me. She was asking if they want more details. So here are some more details, you guys. Panda Dulce, the San Francisco drag performer hosting the reading, said that they were targeted by a group of 8 to 10 Proud Boys who stormed the room and shouted homophobic and transphobic threats at them, forcing them to leave the event with a security guard and hide in a back office. Law enforcement believes that the group affiliated with is affiliated with the Proud Boys. The incident came after Biden recently warned of a quote rising hate and violence targeting LGBTQ plus people. And over the weekend, police in Idaho arrested those 31 members of a white supremacist group who planned to riot at a pride event there. So in a press release, the sheriff's office said that they escorted them in from the premises, but after they were out of the building, Dulce said that the group of protesters then proceeded to form a line in an attempt to cut off the exit doors to the library. And at this point, Dulce returned to the library and finished the reading, which was geared toward preschool-aged children in celebration of Pride Month. So apparently that's the way we're going about things now. The guys up in Idaho, they didn't make it. So then these guys over here decide to run in, disrupt, shout some some homophobic slurs and threaten and cut off exits. So is this protecting children or is this an attack? They always seem to blur those lines.
It's nuts. First of all, that guy who says he's got 2 girls, I feel sorry for his girls because the guy seems like an idiot. Secondly, again, live and let live. These people are out of their minds. What you teach kids at that young age is tolerance, is understanding. It's whoever these people that still believe that somebody can convert a kid into becoming LGBTQ are just really, really stupid. You either are or you're not. And the idea, you learn at different age levels. I was talking to my daughter who is 11, and she was talking about just what, I asked her if they talk about sexual stuff in school, the sex ed and all that. And she said, really, at the younger age, she said it's just like learning about tolerance and understanding and accepting of others. So these people are out of their minds and they need to get a life. And by the way, I wondered what in that U-Haul truck, I wondered if there was like, how many of those guys were closeted? I really do wonder if there's some of those guys in there going like, oh, if the guys found out.
There was someone posted a psychological study and I wanted to read it in deep. I just saw it this morning and it was associated with that whole thing with those Patriot Front guys up in Idaho. And they said many times some people have there's some levels of way people deal with who they are and their identity and maybe who they're attracted to. And sometimes it's produced with this anger and pushback for what it is because they don't want to accept it, even though they still have those feelings. And many times they push down, suppress, and get angry about this whole thing. And then that's what it ends up being resulted in. I wondered, as you asked, what percentage of those guys are the ones that are about that? It must be plenty. Yeah.
You find yourself in the back of a U-Haul going, wait a minute, are we moving something? What? We're attacking an LGBTQ parade? What happened? Where'd I go wrong?
Now I'm sardined with a bunch of guys. Come on, bro. Come on. Really fast, because the libs of TikTok, they're responsible for the doxing. I do want to point that out as conservatives complain about doxing or people showing up at Supreme Court justice houses and all that stuff. Yes, all those things shouldn't happen. I don't believe in threats and going to kill folks. But how about we have a problem with it, even with the most vulnerable people in our society? Let's ask that question about politicians.
The libs of TikTok, by the way, I looked it up for a second, and I believe the person behind it is another conservative religious type. And I just, even with religion, live and let live. But if your religion is gonna cause violence and it's gonna cause intolerance, then screw you and your religion.
It's not a religion anymore. It's an attack. It's a front. Let's keep it real.